Much, Gerard. Sunday night's Oscar Awards were historic, the first true glamour for Hollywood's biggest night in 2 years. No one could have anticipated how memorable the night would be, or that Best Actor nominee and winner Will Smith would slap Chris Rock across the face.
Oh, wow! Will Smith just smacked the out of me.
And that was host Chris Rock responding to that slap. It followed the joke that Rock made about Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. He mentioned that she was G.I. Jane because of her hair, her buzz cut during the award show. Audiences at home and in the theater seemed to be a little confused because some people thought maybe it was part of the show. Perhaps this was all staged. It wasn't. Smith walking to the stage from his front row seat and slapping him. He looked enraged as he went back. He was shouting expletives, which were not able to be bleeped out. We want to bring in our next guest, Segun Oduolu. I apologize if I'm butchering your name.
No, you were great. you were good.
Bless you, because there's been so much going on. And thank you, Segun, for joining us. I think a lot of people are wondering, first of all, how this could go down, and then the show just, the show must go on.
Right. Well, the way it went down is that, or the way the show went on is that Chris Rock is a consummate professional. And as a stand-up comedian who's probably told a joke in his time that landed wrong or had hecklers in the crowd, Chris kept the show moving. But I think the first thing we should address is that this was not an altercation. I've seen a lot of publications talking about this as an altercation between Will Smith and Chris Rock. This was an assault. Will Smith left his seat, walked up there, slapped Chris Rock. Chris didn't know it was coming. And all it really is so very disappointing. On the night where Will Smith was to be honored and crowned for his, just longevity and just the breadth of his work, finally getting that Oscar for a movie that he was fantastic in. You open with Venus and Serena at the top of the Oscars. You've got Beyonce performing at the tennis courts in Compton. This night was to be all about Will Smith, and it became all about Will Smith in the worst way.
You said so much in that I would love to unpack over the next hour. I think that one of the reasons why this story is so complex is that Will is so beloved in the industry and around the globe. And as you mentioned, King Richard, I predicted, Will Smith's going to get the Oscar for this one, finally. And then this happens. And we saw Bradley Cooper, Tyler Perry, Denzel Washington, icons in their own right, coming up and consoling Will Smith. Do we know what was said?
The line that Will himself quoted in the speech is Denzel saying to him that the devil comes for you when you're at your highest. When you're at your highest point, that's when the devil will come for you. I love the quote. I don't necessarily love the application here. As much as we love Will Smith, and look, I'll go on record and say I have been a fan of Will Smith from him being a rapper as, Fresh Prince and DJ Jazzy Jeff. But the devil didn't come for Will. Will opened the door and invited the devil in. The jokes that have gone on the past couple of years about Will and Jada have pretty much stemmed from their opening up their marriage to public consumption. It's them showing how they have share their intimate details. So this wasn't the devil coming. This was Will basically, maybe at a breaking point, but he opened this door, and that's what makes it so disappointing. We don't need to know about their marriage or the way they raise their kids. We could admire them, as many people in Hollywood have marriages, relationships that may be unconventional or may fly against what the rest of society understands. You don't have to share it. They have been very open in sharing what is, very private. And so when the media looks in, and comedians and talk show hosts and, rappers and there's, you name it, everybody's had something to say about Will and Jada, right or wrong. and I don't agree with a lot of the media stargazing that has happened with their relationship, but they opened the door to that. And as Chris said on that stage, it was a G.I. Jane joke. There's a lot of things that Chris could have said that he didn't. And earlier in the broadcast, Amy Schumer made a joke about Leonardo DiCaprio and his girlfriend, and everyone laughed. Regina made a joke about LeBron James' hairline, and everyone laughed. So this is what comedians do at an award ceremony like this. I just feel, again, so disappointed that watching Will Smith, who is beloved, as you said, slap Chris Rock, it's beyond the pale to me, because I just can't see the crime of a bad joke or a joke in poor taste, if that's what he felt, warranting the punishment that he gave Chris on stage for the world to see.
It is so complex, and so many facets of this conversation could speak to masculinity, could speak to what you're saying, that he was asking or inviting the devil to come in. The fact that even someone like Will Smith at the pinnacle of his career could sabotage his own success in that moment.
Absolutely. It's self-sabotage. That is a perfect description. Will Smith, in a room full of his peers, on a night where he is supposed to be celebrated unlike any other time in his career, resorted to violence over a joke that, if we agree was in poor taste, doesn't even meet up with some of the things that have been said by late night talk show hosts, by news reporters, by anybody and everybody else that has had something to say about this online. Is he going to go around and slap everybody? But to do it to a peer, Chris Rock this isn't some random, guy at the Laugh Factory just jumping up on stage making a joke. Chris Rock himself is a former Oscar host. So this is a peer of his, of similar stature. It was just disappointing, because you expect better and you want better for Will in this moment, and you don't want to see Chris disrespected. But I will say it may give Chris incredible ammunition for his upcoming comedy tour.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Chris and Will and Jada get around the red table and maybe try to hash this out. It will be interesting to see. Shagun, thank you so much for the conversation and the insights. And no doubt people are going to still be talking about it the rest of the week. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. You have a great morning.
You too.